everyone. Welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
On Tiwi.
Brought to you by our good friends at Security Dodge. I'd like to start off this big old ENN by saying good evening to Michael.
How's it working out, bro?
And to Don.
Excuse me, that was the Rangers' second intermission report.
There are some evil people working on that Rangers game.
Wow.
To myself.
Swallow the nuts.
To Bob.
You're going to lose it.
Respectfully.
He's like a ride that keeps breaking down.
Wow, drugs must be great.
I got to tell you. He was into it.
That is unreal.
But nobody else was. It was kind of strange. He was out on an
That
island.
is-
He was
that-
at Laughter Island.
Michael, did you remember it being that bad?
It was a little odd, but I don't remember it being that odd.
Wow.
I wonder if it was enhanced.
Let me also say good evening to Brian Cashman.
You know, we acquired Chaz Chisholm at the deadline.
See, I don't know if that's allowed.
I was very proud of myself. After they got Jazz, I didn't say that once.
I've said it.
You have, really? On this show?
Yes. It was on accident. I think Rick.
Oh, I
did
know
it.
you did it on accident. You're not an animal.
I think Rick did it on purpose.
He claims he did not.
Okay, Michael, I know you love the man and claim he's your best friend. Knowing what you know about Rick, what's your guess?
I think he did by accident.
You're so gutless. Ladies and gentlemen, starting on January 6th, the Gutless Hour. Every weekday from 1 to 3, 2 gutless hours back to back.
Gutlers!
Come on, man. Sad.
I
don't like
will you
Jesus.
be listening to the Gutless Hours?
Sometimes on my
Commute?
I'll have a new commute soon. I didn't listen to anything you just said. You know, once we move downtown, I'll be commuting. So I'll be joining in the Gutless Hour.
Thank you.
I'd also like to say that drop is coming with us.
Yeah.
He stinks.
I will not be doing drops on the Gutless Hour.
Well, you have made it very clear that you are no more reindeer games.
Yeah. This is going to be.
No more fun. This is going to be
Why?
This is just going to be old man yelling at the clouds radio. Is that right?
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be Ed Randall on
Can't wait.
steroids.
No, Mike, Don, no drops, no shenanigans. And, you know, there is a troubling thing. Here, I'm going to say something right now. And we're about to play our classic moment in K-Show history.
Okay.
Before I do that, though, I want to say this now so it doesn't get uncomfortable on Friday if it comes up then.
Do it.
Okay? Do you realize, everybody out there, that Don and I have to go into the future of this show knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that Michael wants us to fail?
It's on.
I mean,
it's documented.
It is. He has made a clear in every conversation he's ever had with anyone that if something goes on after an original person is no longer there, he's always on the side of that person rooting for failure.
All right, so now can I defend myself? You little imp?
It's a very.
You could try.
You could try your best. You're laying face down on the mat.
Well,
nude.
No, here's the deal. I said that if I was ever fired and the people that were left over, I would root, even if it was you and Don, I would root for you to fail miserably. I wasn't fired. I have a great show. You guys have a great show. I want you guys to do great.
You sure?
Absolutely. Why would I want you to fail?
What if, you know, your show, your afternoon, your midday program,
It's
whatever
not
you want to call
midday.
it.
It's afternoon drive.
It's
Mike and Chris were 1 to 7. That was afternoon drive. This is 1 to 3.
By the way, can I let's just move forward.
All right.
So the program that you're going to do, it does really nicely. It does really nicely. Everyone's happy with it. I would go as far as describing it as, quote, a nice little show. And during that same time, the afternoon vehicle, something clicks
Blows up.
between myself, Don and Alan, it just goes insane. The Knicks go on to win a championship. You know, we have incredible insight from Alan. We're on the float down the Canyon of Heroes. It's just, it's gangbusters. Everyone is ESPN says, you know what? We think it's time to give this show the McAfee treatment. We want it on national TV. Yes, be damned. We're going straight to ESPN, the Ocho, all right?
Yep.
You would be happy for
Thrilled for you.
Oh. Don, have you ever believed anything less in your life?
He's never lied to us worse than he just...
Not like this. Not like this. Let's go back to brighter days when we were more honest with each other. Another classic moment in K-Show history.
Right tackle Evan Neal looked up towards the stands, raised his arms, and gestured sarcastically. He said he did not flip off fans, but he did yell a clear message to them. They are booing us, so I said, boo louder, Neal told NJ Advance Media on Wednesday. Why would a lion concern himself with the opinion of a sheep, he added. The person that's commenting on my performance, what does he do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere? Are you kidding me? I'd cut his ass. I would. How dare you? These people pay your salary. They pay an obnoxious amount of money to park, an obnoxious amount of money for PSLs to sit there and watch this pap, and you call them hamburger flippers? What, you're so much better? I'd rather have a guy that's flipping hamburgers block than your piece of garbage ass. Who the hell are you to talk to fans like that? You piece of garbage. I hate when players do that. You're not above us. What, because you happen to play a sport? You're better than me? You're better than the people that pay your salary? These Giant fans were here before you, and they'll be here after your sorry ass is cut. What a piece of human trash. And I don't want to hear some apology. I don't want to hear, oh, I was taken out of context. I didn't mean, I don't want to hear, done. I would cut his fat ass. If you see him in the mall of Willowbrook, boo his ass. If you see him on the DMV, boo him. Don't stop booing him. If he goes to the Pro Bowl, boo him. If he wins a Super Bowl, boo his sorry ass. Screw that guy. We're not nobody. Flipping, but how do you condescend to people that pay to watch you play? Poorly, I might add. Cut his fat ass. Boo him.
Mike, are you going to miss it?
Yeah, but I'll hear it.
Well, Evan Neal's really showed you up, Don.
Well, he's still there.
He has lasted at
Not
least.
played well, though, Don.
Not
so don't
good.
worry about it.
But, you know.
Don't stop booing him.
Now, another game that did not get a lot of high praise was the Cowboys last night. In fact, Micah Parsons described the game as one of the worst losses of his young career.
I'm going to really soak this one. This one hurt me more than any loss this year. Probably even worse than a playoff loss, to be honest. Because where we were going, how we were playing, playing good football. I'm going to sit on this, but, I have to find a way to keep these guys alive. There's still football to be had. There's still openings to be had. But we have to take advantage of every opportunity the rest of the way. We can't let these type of games slip away like we did today.
By the way, has he been to the playoffs? They had a playoff game last year, right?
Yeah. Tampa smacked him around.
Oh, they lost Tampa.
Was it
right?
Tampa? I'm trying to remember now.
Former Raven.
Green Bay. Sorry,
Current
Green Bay. I got my Bays confused. Yeah, Tampa beat Philly last year.
How can you, Don?
Yes.
How would you describe the punt that broke the Cowboys' back last night?
How would I do?
I mean, what?
Well, the actual one. Or
Not
the Simpsons?
good.
The actual.
Because the Simpson
not
one
the
made
Simpsons.
sense.
Don't.
What do they do on the Simpsons one?
I didn't say it, but it's the Simpsons. So
You have to
Simpson
make
punted.
it make sense. Oh God, the Cowboys are a bad football team.
Well, at least they've got reasons to be bad. I mean, they've
This
got
was
backup
this was Leon Lett-like, right, Don?
Well, it's not that.
Well, you don't touch the
it's
ball, and you get the ball, and you win the game then.
Yeah, I mean, so real quick, just to be clear, once the ball is touched on the blocked punt, that doesn't change what you do with the ball at that point. I don't know if I would have remembered that.
Well, if it's your job, you better.
So the hands on the ball, it still qualifies as a punt because it still went off as a punt.
Right.
And you didn't regain possession.
So basically, yeah, the ball's now, that is the punt, and you attempt to grab it and just completely whiff on the ball, and then the ball gets retained by Cincinnati, regardless of whether they're short of the line to gain or not, because now possession is switched sides.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's a brutal loss, and they get the ball at the 46-yard line and then are able to go on and win. God, these are a couple. You know what? Last night, guys, was that the battle of the two most... You might consider the Jets. Oh, fine. You can throw the Jets in, too. Two of the three most disappointing teams in football last night, no?
Again, I'm not going to be any Cowboy apologist.
Oh, no.
Excuse me.
You get one of those coughs that gets through the cough?
No, it was a sneeze.
Or sneeze.
Former Raven.
That,
Sneeze.
but you could say that if Dak Prescott's the quarterback. I mean, once he got hurt, all bets are off, right?
Yeah, but they were bad while he was a quarterback.
No, I get it. But maybe they could have turned it around. Explain to me Cincinnati.
Their defense has not been good.
Yeah, but their defense has not been good. But, listen, Burrow's played outstanding. But still, this team should not be in the situation that they're in. I thought that they'd have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and they're not even going to make the playoffs. It is pretty incredible what's happened to Cincinnati. That's a bigger disappointment to me than Dallas. I mean, Dallas has not been able to move forward. We wondered about their coach going into the season. We wondered exactly how good their quarterback was. Was there any question about Cincinnati at all? Just keeping Burrow healthy. And then you find out Burrow's healthy and they're going to finish under 500?
I would call Cincinnati a bigger disappointment than the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't believe the Jets could actually win anything. I really thought Cincinnati could.
That's a good one, Peter.
I think the Cincinnati's the biggest disappointment of football. I had no reason to think. Now, granted, they're in a very tough division, so you don't know what they're going to end up doing, but you thought they'd be competing for it, not
But they
stumbling
have
into the end of
a
the
quarterback and a head coach. And listen, I can't tell you how many different things they've had their injuries on defense. I get that. But this team as a collective went to a Super Bowl. This team as a collective is the one team that has figured out how to win in Kansas City. Like the Jets are disappointing, but it was all in theory. We never knew if Saleh was going to be able to lead them. We didn't know as a collective whether they'd be able to accomplish anything. It worked in theory. We've seen this work in Cincinnati.
Now, before we close out ENN, I want to keep it in football and a little bit of dysfunction on a team that otherwise is playing great, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. Mm-hmm. There's clearly something going on between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, and D-end Brandon Graham ended up commenting on this yesterday, guys, during the presser. Here's the audio from WIP in Philly.
The person that's complaining need to be accountable. And I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he noticed. I don't know the whole story, but I know that one is trying. 11 could be a little better with how he responds to things. And they was friends before this. It's like, man, but things have changed. And I understand that because life happens. But it's the business side that we have to make sure that we don't let the personal get in the way of the business. And that's what we got to do better as right now, because we know it's an issue. Everybody's seeing some things, but we need to be able to talk things out as men. You know what I'm saying? But we need to let personal stuff go and let's get right for this game, because, man, it's like a lot of stuff, most of the time it's just a conversation that just need to be had. But the person with the problem got to want to talk to the person other than others. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
By the way, don't you guys love that football player finally gives legitimately honest answer about something that's going on that everybody knows about, and he's the one who has to come out and apologize? Brandon Graham has since apologized for commenting on the Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown situation.
Why is there dysfunction when it's one of the best teams in football?
How do you allow this to happen? Head coach again? Doesn't it go back?
It does.
But Don, I know I hate on Sirianni, but couldn't it be that it's still a Sirianni problem?
Oh, yeah. Because there's talent there, and I think he's a good coach, but too many of these things leak through while he's there. And his assistants have all changed. Really tough situation. By the way, it's the 35th anniversary of the Gary Reason set on Bobby Humphries at the goal line in Denver in the snow. One of the great moments in Giants history. I used that as an olive branch. We're all good now, me and Dave. I sent it to him, said olive branch. He texts back, I love you. It's all good. It's all good.
Wow, you're so weak.
No, because I thought about it. No,
Oh, stop,
No, when you come in
man.
close, no, I said, you know what? Is this riff really worth it, man?
So you let
And I
anybody
said, you know what?
just step all over you then?
Well, listen, maybe
So
he will.
disappointing.
Maybe he wants to continue to call me a moron. But I said, you know what? I'd rather have Dave in my life than not. And I missed the show, and I listened to it today. And I said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Dave.
Wow.
Does that make me weak? Maybe, but I think I feel like I'm a better person.
No, it makes you a man. It makes you a man, Don.
I'm so glad
It makes you a
getting out of
man.
here.
But again, we bonded
See, no,
over. We bonded over Giants football. What's so wrong with that, Michael?
The
No,
guy
listen,
insulted you. And I have no problem with him. He's a friend of mine. He insulted you. You went out on a limb and said, I'm done. I'll never talk to him again. And then you send him an olive branch. It's weak.
But that was before. But that was before we had the new afternoon drive program lined up. Now they got to work together.
What? He's not working with Dave.
Well, I don't know if you know this. That's normally how things function. Between the morning show and the afternoon show, you like to have some camaraderie, not pure hatred.
Well, then how come the fact that Rick and I love each other, that's not good? You want some camaraderie, but not me and Rick.
No, but I didn't do
because it's fake.
Peter, this was not strategic for the new show. This wasn't strategic for like helping the station. I miss Dave. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna be the guy that just says, you know what? Let's thaw this out, man.
Oh.
I love what you've done. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by Security Dodge. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com during their wrap-up the year sales event. Good
How's
job,
it working
Don.
out, bro? Wow.
Right.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. Well, I'm here to tell you about my friends at Shine Steak.